If I could figure out how to turn this phone back to me, facing me, I would. Right now it's just on the Bible, but that's okay. If you're not saved and you have not received the gift of the Holy Spirit and the evidence of speaking in tongues, I really pray and urge that you do. I pray that everyone do. I pray that they find a church home where they're teaching you the whole church. The church is teaching you the whole Bible and not parts of it, because there's some places where they do not teach you all the Bible. And we'll get into that later. Some places don't believe in the whole speaking in tongues, but we'll get into that later as well. We'll talk more. So hello everyone. Excuse my hair. It's a little bit of a lot messy. Guess I'll pull it out, huh? Wasn't even trying to do all that, but I guess it wants to come out. There's a lot of little bitty 2-strand twisties that I got in my head so far, and it's gonna take forever to take these down. Anyway, I'm just back to talk about a few things. I want to I might share my Bible study with you guys today at Bible study today. I might record it and share it because I feel like women, because that's where I'm going. I'm going to the women's class. They got it broken down at my church where they have the women's in one room doing Bible study. They have the men in another room doing Bible study, and they have the youth, the young children in another room doing Bible study. And I like that because I've never been to a church where they break it down like that, where they have separate rooms with separate groups. You know what I mean? Women in one group, men in another group, and then youth in another. And it's a beautiful thing. It's where I was. Not that I'm saying having everybody together is not a good thing, but I like it that way because it's more intimate, more smaller. Everybody can get a chance to ask questions if need to. Bible study I went to, I don't think we were able to ask questions when I was at another church. But this church, I get a chance to ask questions whenever I need to, whenever I want to learn. So, I'm going to be reading from here in some of my videos, starting with page 1, chapter 1, because I'm what you would call a baby Christian. I was baptized in May, and I received the gift of the Holy Spirit, the evidence of speaking in tongues, in June, like the end of June, beginning of July, somewhere around there. And I'm, really excited about that. You know what I mean? So, but I'm trying to have a more closer relationship with God now, a stronger relationship, building up my faith even more to be stronger in my beliefs in God and to be stronger, and this book I got from another pastor, because I have a friend that does ministry on Saturdays, and he gets a chance to go to his old church pastor, and they let him borrow the church on Saturday so that he can have his own little Saturday ministry. And I went there with them on Saturday, and the nice pastor there gave me this because I told him that I am trying to develop a stronger connection with God, a stronger closeness with God. I would have to say to you guys. The church that I go to is New Destiny Apostolic Church. And I love the church. I love it. And the thing is, I can't explain it. I love the church. No doubt about that. I love the people in the church. They're so welcoming. They're so loving. They just wonderful. The pastor, first lady, first family. They are everything that was so different from the other churches that I went to. You know, they are way better than the churches that I went to. If I need some type of help or some type of guidance or some type of like, they probably would have gave me that book if I would have came to him and said, I feel like I'm at a standstill in my relationship with God. But the place where I ended up saying that I was at a standstill in my place with God was at the church that I went to on Saturday with a friend of mine that was doing his own ministry, and the pastor there gave me this. But anytime I need help and I'm talking to my first lady and the pastor, they help out with no problem. They are just wonderful, and I never had that at any other church that I went to. I will have to say that I truly love my church home. So yeah, I encourage people to if they don't know anything about something, to ask. Because for the longest, I don't know if it was my pride, but I feel like my pride was getting the best of me, allowing me not to go to no one, allowing me not to speak to no one and ask questions. I feel like that's what it was, but I had to get over that, because if it's something that you need to know and you don't know it, you need to ask. Seriously. Because there was this old saying, a closed mouth don't get fed. And that's true. I'm going to touch up on or talk about some things dealing with how my pastor was preaching on adultery. Not adultery, sorry. What's that other one? Man, I just went straight up blank. It's not adultery, but it's having sex when you're not supposed to, when you're not married. Fornication. There we go. Please forgive me. My mind went blank from that. Fornication. I'm going to be talking more about that, because my pastor preached about that one Sunday. And I think it was for the teenagers. He was preaching to the teenagers this day. And I'm probably going to add some videos I'm going to add some videos dealing with that on one day when I talk about it. But my pastor preached about fornication and how when you have sex with so many people, or people that's not your husband, you're basically giving some of your soul to that person that you're having sex with, and that person is giving some of his soul to you. So basically, you're carrying around his soul and his spirit or whatever like that, and he's carrying around yours. And this person could be a bad person, or a person that curse or likes sex, or mean to people, whatever, you just name it. And when it all boils down, you just carrying around this spirit or this person's soul that's not your husband. That's the reason why it's so important to have a husband and one partner only, and that's your husband. And that's why they say once you are married, you become one. It's true, you do. You become one. You become one with that person you have relationships with. So just imagine how many people you didn't have sex with. How many people are you one with? Something to ponder, something to think about.
Where's your clothes?
So yeah, I didn't like the fact that I didn't know that. But what was done was done. Was done. There go my baby. Say hi. What was done was done. I'm washed, cleansed, and God's blood, and I'm new. I ask for forgiveness for all that stuff, and I will not do it again. I'm proud to say that I have not had any type of sexual relations with a guy since February. And I won't have it with no one besides my husband. And I'm still waiting on him. So, and don't get me wrong, the devil tries to bring people from my past into my life again. I'm talked to probably like 3 or 4 of them so far recently, and all of them know that I am a Christian, born again, and I'm not trying to go there and have any type of relationships with them, especially if they're not on the same page as me, not equally yoked with me. Well, I have a friend that was a Christian. That is a Christian. I think he still is. I don't know for sure. He shares poems with me, and these poems be very good poems. I'm going to share a couple of them with you guys on my videos here and there. I'm going to probably add them to my videos so you guys can see what I listen to, and these poems are amazing, okay? Good. And the one that I listened to today, oh my goodness, people need to really hear that, watch that, see that, feel that, because I felt it. Seriously. Stuff that's going on in this world, you never know. I just pray everyone get right. Get saved. Go to God because He wants you to come to Him. The path to heaven is a narrow gate, a narrow road to heaven. That means it's small, it's skinny. But the road to hell is wide. That means a lot of people is going to hell. And a lot of it's not that many that's going to go to heaven. So I pray that we all get ourselves right. Get right with the Lord. He wants us to. Read His words. Learn His words. Be loving. Be kind to everyone. Help others. Teach others God's words. Show others God's words. Help them. Help your brothers and sisters. Love your neighbors. Because if you love God, you love others as well. You can't love God and love sin because that's not possible. You can only love one or the other. I love God. I hate sin. I hate evil. All this evil that's going on in this world. How can you not hate it? Every time you wake up and turn on the TV and all you see is somebody was shot, someone was killed. Over here where I stay, that's all you hear is gun shooting here and there. Last night it was loud gun shooting over here. Very scary. I'd be almost afraid to go out this house, but I pray every morning that God guide and protect my way. I put that shield of faith up every day. Because you never know. And I just want you guys to know that I love you guys, and I pray that I touch someone and help someone with these words that I come in and try to talk to you about and share with you my testimonies, because I want everyone to be saved. I want everyone to believe in God. I want everyone to need God and want God in their lives. Come to Him. He wants you in here. He wants you to come home to Him. He loves you. So you guys have a blessed, loving day, and I'm going to share more videos. Right now, this is another testimony one. Have a good one.